Hey everybody, welcome back to EQN Sports, driven by Holiday Auto Group. I am Dru Stewart, alongside my old pal Jessica right here. Speaking of getting the band back together, that's pretty much what this is. We have Brian back there switching. We got you running forklift, me running zip ties.
As often as we can.
Right, yeah, right. So, we were just up here talking about the years of Cinch, and you've been with them for how many years now?
12
years. What a ride already, huh?
What a ride.
Huh?
Yeah, yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Yeah.
So we all started what's fun. Devin was up here yesterday with the Resistol, and what's fun, we all kind of came into the deal at the same time. Like we really did. And people hear these stories. We were really zip tying, folding pants.
We still are, but yeah.
It's not. We're in here with the kids roping the dummies. This is PTSD from the old Heliomatic days.
Cinch Town.
Cinch Town.
Yeah.
But this is the industry that we live in and we love, and it's fun that it all gets to come full circle. And I don't know about you, but I do know what your answer to this is, but we wouldn't do it if we didn't care about it.
That's right.
We're pretty dang lucky to be in this industry. So
way worse things to do for a living.
Way worse. That is for sure. That is absolutely for sure.
Yeah.
So Cinch is the title sponsor of the national finals at Team Rope, and you guys are doing. It's not just here. It's the high school final. It's every other place that you're doing, and you guys are a leader in the industry. So good on you for that, and thank you for all the support.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's talk turkey a little bit. The apparel business, arguably, I don't even know if it's arguably, is the toughest business there is, period.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that.
From the Nikes, the Under Armours, the Cinches, all the other names in our industry, it is a tough business.
Yep.
What is a company like Cinch, what do you guys, and I mean this, how do you keep up with it?
I mean, it's always really good teams of people.
Sure.
I mean, I say I've been here for 12 years, but there's so many people that helped build this brand and kind of set us up to where we are now that we all are just trying to carry that torch and keep it alive. But it takes that competition, right? You want to see what everybody else is doing, whether we look outside the industry and look mainstream or we look kind of to our competitors in the space and see what they're doing. And Kimes to come in and put on $1 million breakaway, that makes everybody want to step up. That makes us hungrier to support the industry and stuff like that. And so Boot Barn's really getting into the indoor shoe space with their Rank 45, and all of that just makes us all think a little bit harder how to be creative and how to support this industry just a little bit more. And so everybody's stepping up. I mean, the cream rises to the top.
Yeah, and that friendly competition does drive it because we all know each other.
Absolutely.
At the different brands, all the head of the brands all know each other, and a lot of instances used to work together at some point,
Right.
whether it be marketing or sales or whatever. It's a big industry that's very, very small,
Right.
especially when you start kind of getting at the top, at the upper echelons. So you're exactly right that there is that friendly competition all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. What do you think right now is for Cinch, what is driving you guys? You mentioned looking outside the industry. Is it looking, we are these guys and gals are athletes, but they're wearing denim. Are you looking at the sports brands, and does that influence our apparel that we wear in this stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Our design team and product development and everybody, I mean, they're constantly researching outside of our industry, but then they got to come back and make it durable for the industry, right? It can't be what the mainstream people wear walking down the street. And so I think that's something that keeps them constantly turning the wheel of how to make us fashion forward but still durable for in and out of the arena. And so that's an important piece of it, and their research never stops. They're 365 all in. We don't get to see them as often because the marketing team gets to come out and hang out at the events and zip tie the banners and everything, but back there they're putting together, I mean, countless amounts of clothing that is trying to continue innovating. Sure.
So you're speaking of marketing, your official title is director of marketing, all things from zip ties to making decisions. Talk about your day-to-day. What does Jessica do every single day for Cinch? And I know it changes, but give me just an overview of what you do.
Yeah. I mean, I think we would all feel that way, right? If we were to talk about your day-to-day. But I mean, fortunately for me, I get to oversee a team of people that's doing a lot of work day in and day out, whether it's the youth organizations that we're partnering with. We're trying to think of creative ways to challenge those kids and keep the brand new to them. So it's not just wash, rinse, repeat. So when we do hang a banner, it doesn't just go in the wayside. And just trying to oversee and help that creative brain keep going with the entire team, and make sure everybody takes time off, make sure everybody has a work-life balance somewhere in there that we're all getting to, if we have horses, getting to ride and do that type of thing. But just kind of keeping the needle moving. You don't want to reinvent the wheel all the time, but you also want to keep it fresh. So there's just kind of a balance in there, I feel like, on the marketing side of things, and especially for our brand. We're heavy in rodeo and equine performance and all of these associations, and trying to be fresh at the events, but not change everything that has built us to this point. Stay consistent too.
So we talked off camera before we jumped up here. I asked you about endorsees, and you know, you jump out and you say Cody and Fred. That's our generation of endorsees. What does it look like? What does the new docket of these guys look like?
It's funny, we just came from the San Angelo Cinch shootout the other night, and I was sitting there thinking that it was our generation when I started 12 years ago. Those were just people we kind of grew up with or knew the names. And now to watch these kids, the competition is so tough.
Right.
It's not, I don't know that it's any tougher. There's just more of them than it seems like the Cody and Freds. And so it's like, I mean, there were some guys that slipped off to the American qualifier. We thought we'd lost our talent pool, and they were still 93 points at that rodeo and stuff. And they're tying calves in 7 seconds. And, you know, Haven Medjed and Ty Harris. And, I mean, there's just a group of these guys that I think are going to be as strong, if not better, than those other guys, because the competition is so fierce. And we're well over 200 in endorsees, so we haven't slowed down.
Oh my God! So that's what you're doing all day. That's what you're really doing all day, is managing talent.
Yeah, our team is doing a great job of that.
No kidding. So is there an endorser right now that stands out? Is there like that Tiger Woods or that anybody on the Cinch team? And I'm not asking you. I don't mean to put you on the spot that way, but is there anybody that's kind of that you're seeing like doing more of the social? Is anybody like stepping into that space and really getting it? Because we talk about that behind the scenes. It's tough. They're out there rodeoing.
Right.
You know, is there anybody that's kind of taken hold of that at all? And that's an honest question.
Yeah, I honestly don't even know that I could name one. There's some of them that they're doing great things and not putting themselves on social media, but social media is doing its thing. Obviously, you guys with what you're doing at Equine Network and the different media that's out there is making people so hungry to continue watching that, if the guys are promoting themselves or not. I don't know that I would pick a standout, other than I think our industry is booming in that. I mean, you're starting to see our stories are shared across national platforms, and Cassie Delars putting on the Desert Rodeo this weekend. She's with ET. There's been so much attention brought to that that people are becoming fans of those athletes, and so I think they're learning to stick out a little bit more than the chances that were here before.
Sure, and we're seeing that across the board. Devin and I talked about it. You know, of course, there's the Yellowstone effect that's good for cowboys and cowgirls. There's all of those things. There's, I mean, love it, hate it, however you want to look at it. There's the Adon Benueloses of the world that took us into a completely different deal. I believe it's great to have a cutting horse in Times Square.
Absolutely.
I really do. I think it's great for our industry. I think it's great for these, and then to see everything that's coming around, and then all of our brands collectively get to benefit from that.
Absolutely.
You know, that tide that is rising right now in the cowboy world is strong.
Yeah.
It's very, very strong. What about outside the rodeo industry for you guys? Is there the working man, just the denim wearing guy and gal? What is that side? We always talk about the rodeo side. What about just the everyday guy that's wearing denim? What does that look like for Cinch?
That's funny. I think a lot of them are here also competing.
100%.
I mean, most of these guys are the working guys, and we all get to watch the short goes this week and kind of celebrate those wins. But when they go back home, I mean, they're a lot of our blue collar working class.
Absolutely.
And then they're the ones going and buying tickets, going to watch, you know, the 1%ers at the big rodeos and stuff like that. So beyond that, we do see that scale into the working class that is just a fan of the Western industry. They may not be a competitor. And we do try to cater to them where we can too. And that's where we kind of create some fashion forward pieces that are affiliated. They're part of the brand and they want to affiliate with these rodeo guys and whatnot, and that personality and that Yellowstone effect and all those different things. But our core bread and butter is going to be this contestant that's here this type of week. They're who buys our jeans, so we want to come back and support them. So that's why we're so heavy in our industry marketing, but we dang sure want to branch out and get those working class folks that are just a fan of the industry also.
So you guys, in saying that, on your where you guys push the brand. Is there a specific niche of this industry that is stronger for you guys? Is it rodeo? Is it show horse? Is it where? I mean, of course, Cinch, it's been the rodeo brand, right?
Right.
But have we seen that change a little bit or shift at all with the the rise of the cow horse, the cutting, reining, not the rise. I mean, they've been there forever, but with this effect, are we seeing growth or any changes in those different disciplines too?
Yeah, I think we're seeing like the NRCHA doing the $1 Million Stallion Stakes in Vegas. That is something new, and I think they always had that capability, and their
and
audience.
You guys were the title there too, yeah.
And it's working with groups like that we've been partnered with for a long time, and not, like I said, not reinventing the wheel, but kind of changing the scope of it. That was a new event that we were able to put our name on, and work together with them, and they're drawing a bigger crowd out there in Vegas.
Paid a pile of money. What Corey won $125,000.
Yeah.
And then Debbie won $27,000 in the non-pro, I think.
Yep.
That's big.
It's huge.
That's a big deal.
It's huge. And there's trainers involved, and there's just enthusiasts of the horse world that are involved with that. And so that kind of gets that marketing adjacent for us, where you're talking to people that aren't, necessarily horse riders themselves, but they want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of growing legs that way too.
That's very, very cool. That whole cow horse world, that's a fun world.
It is.
That's a fun world. And it kind of branches right off this rodeo deal. Pretty dang cool.
It does.
Yeah. It's
they're starting to do some of those crossover events where they're going to bring the Sherry Cervies, or they're bringing some of those calf ropers, and they're wanting to do cutting events or cow horse events with them. And I think that's a great crossover. I think they're getting a real appreciation for the challenge for each other's disciplines.
Absolutely. I think we're seeing that more now than we ever have before. And when we start, this is a whole other conversation, but everything start with all of the stallion and mare incentives that are going on. And yes, they happen individually. Those other disciplines have been doing them a long time, but now we see it in the rope horse deal. Of course, we're doing it more and more, and this arguably is the biggest, you know. But having all that crossover, we're starting to really pay attention to each other more, and that respect across disciplines is higher now than it's ever been.
Absolutely.
And that has been a personal goal of mine for years and years with EQN Sports, and even before that, a vision of I believe that people love watching a good team rope and run. Yep. They love watching a good tie down run. They love watching a great cut and run. And you get everything kind of together, and everybody wins right there.
Yeah.
And it's cool that we're all kind of starting to mesh a little bit and seeing that, hey, by bringing things together, we can support our partners better. We can support the industry better. We can raise better horses and so on and so forth. And it's just very, very cool where we're at right now.
Yeah. Selfishly, for us in the apparel space, everybody needs a cowboy hat, everybody needs a pair of jeans, a button-down shirt, and a pair of boots that goes with that. They all want to fit in there, so that's where it works.
Absolutely. So what do you got coming down the pike? Anything? I'm putting you on the spot now. Anything cooler? We got some stuff coming up?
No, we've started putting on the Governor's Cup rodeo in the fall, and it ends up being the last rodeo of the regular season, and it's kind of changed the scope of the World Champion race and all of that. And so
that's a big deal.
All of these events are extremely important to us. That one we just produce front to back, and so that one's the team will start to work on stuff like that. Get into summer events here and get into all the youth events and all of those summer titles, and that's all a big deal for all of those families and kids and getting to connect with them. And so all equally important, just a lot of planning that goes into it.
So what about World's Toughest? Like, that's kind of fun, huh?
Yeah.
As you go, oh, man.
I didn't mean to roll my eyes.
Well, you got to work with Garrison Panzer and those guys. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
But that's what a lot of people, I don't think, realize when they say, those events, they see you guys as the title sponsor. They don't understand, like, you guys are fully vertical in that.
Yeah.
You guys are the ones hiring the dirt crew and going in and actually producing the events.
Yeah.
So talk about that whole deal, because that's a fun deal. I had helped you guys with some graphics here a few years ago, and traveling all over, doing the rough stock, like, that's kind of a cool deal.
Yeah, they're a niche deal that Steve Gander started long ago, and a few different families and companies have carried the torch, and we get to now. A lot of them are established events. We're stepping out into some new markets, trying to take just that specific rodeo. That's the 3 rough stock events, and we bring some barrel racers too, mainly because of the setup that we're in. We're NHL hockey arena. You don't have a bunch of room for timed events. They're a ton of fun. It's a totally different crowd. They're kind of
love it?
Love it.
It's just they're doing something Friday, Saturday night.
It's your monster truck, Disney on Ice, fan night out type of a thing, and it's a ton of fun. Honestly, we now that they count for PRCA, we're adding 60,000.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, we had 60,000 a weekend.
And they count.
And they count.
Oh, I didn't realize they counted.
So now those people are starting to get used to that maybe Stetson Wright might show up, or, just a few of their various guys that they've heard of. So hopefully those eyeballs start to turn on to the Cowboy Channel or start to follow along different media outlets that we have that they can watch and be fans of rodeo.
That's awesome, because I follow you guys' socials over there all the times, and I see there's names there, and I kind of assumed that you guys were kind of calling in and being like, hey, we need you to show up to St. Paul, wherever you were.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that money counted, so that's a different deal.
Yeah, those guys are walking away with $6,000-7,000 if they win first on the weekend.
It's a pretty good little duck-off deal.
It's a pretty good duck-off, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, very, very cool.
Yeah.
You guys are busy.
We're busy. No busier than anyone else in this
right,
industry,
everybody,
but we're having
fun.
But
it's great. This industry, everything we do, like we were just back here talking about the marketing side of it, Lacey and I. It is getting busier and busier because there's more and more. It's a good thing. It is a very great problem to have.
We need them all.
We need more Jessicas. Is what that's the problem.
We need more Drews and Bryans and the Gentrys and everybody else too.
Yeah, it's just a lot, but it's a very, very good space right now.
Very.
Well, 12 years you've been here. I don't know how many years Cinch has been involved with the USTRC. I probably should have done that homework before, but I was telling you, I was looking at some old logos. It's been a long time, and we sure appreciate it.
Yeah, happy to be here still.
Well, thanks so much, Jessica, for everything you do.
Thank you.
Long-time friendship right here, and we have definitely been through the ringers from the old days at the high school finals and Heliomatic and all the way up through. And Jessica, really and truly, thank you for being a great friend, and thank you for what you do in the industry, because I do know you work your tail off. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, friends, that is our sponsor highlight here from the Cinch National Finals of Team Run, but Jessica Wahlert with Cinch. And anywhere there's a Cinch event, you are going to see her and her team out there busting their chops to make everything great. So, guys and gals, we've got some winter interviews coming up from here at the Cinch National Finals of Team Rope. And on behalf of Jessica and Cinch, I am Dru Stewart. This is EQN Sports, all driven by Holiday Auto Group. We'll catch you in a little bit.